Welcome to Average J's Movies and TV, the place where you can find all you want to know about movies and television. Today we are looking at the third entry in the beloved franchise of Rocky. After Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 performed well both critically and commercially, Sylvester Stallone got to work on the third film. Get ready to go the distance as we take a look at 10 fascinating facts about Rocky 3. Number 1. The main song of the movie was almost the Karate Kid song. As Rocky 3 was in production, a song titled "You're the Best" by Joe Esposito was tapped to be the main feature track in the third Rocky movie. Sylvester Stallone didn't feel that the song fit, and it was changed to the classic "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor. "You're the Best" went on to be the title track for the movie The Karate Kid, which ironically was directed by John Avildsen, the man who won the Academy Award for Best Director for directing the first Rocky film. Number 2. Rocky 3 was the launching pad for Mr. T's most famous line. Prior to Rocky 3, Mr. T was not a well-known actor. Mr. T was born on the south side of Chicago in May 1952 and has 4 sisters and 7 brothers. Mr. T first uttered his iconic phrase, "I pity the fool," in Rocky 3. Mr. T said, "I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got." Mr. T would use this line as his trademark in his rise to fame, and he even has the phrase copyrighted. Number 3. Stallone's Rocky 3 diet and training was intense. Sylvester Stallone was looking to take his character to the next level after the first 2 Rocky films. Stallone adopted an intense training regimen and nutrition plan. According to Stallone, his body fat percentage got all the way down to 2.8%. For comparison, most competing bodybuilders get down to approximately 5 to 10% body fat when competing in a show. Stallone stated his diet was mainly made up of tuna fish and oatmeal cookies. Stallone also said that he would drink 25 cups of coffee each day while filming Rocky 3. Number 4. The Rocky Statue. In the film, Rocky Balboa is honored with a statue outside of the Philadelphia Museum of Arts. This statue was commissioned for the film and stands at a whopping 9 feet tall. The statue was moved after the movie as there were many who believed the statue wasn't art, but just a simple movie prop. The statue was moved away from the iconic steps at the museum. After much fan support, in 2006, the statue was moved back to the museum and was a big tourist attraction for the city. Number 5. The birth of Hulkamania. The legendary Hulk Hogan was not the mega star he would turn out to be when he took on the role of Thunderlips. Hulk Hogan was actually fired from the then World Wrestling Federation as Vince McMahon Sr. did not want him to take the role. Hogan was a natural Rocky 3 and ended up getting re-signed to the World Wrestling Federation. At this time, Vince McMahon Sr.'s son had taken over the business and was preparing a monumental event, WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan was the main draw of that event and fought in the main event against Rowdy Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. And who was Hulk Hogan's tag team partner that evening? None other than Clubber Lang himself, Mr. T. Number 6. Rocky was originally meant to be a trilogy. The first Rocky film was the true underdog story, both on the screen and off of the screen. After the success of the first movie, it guaranteed a sequel, and Sylvester Stallone then viewed the franchise as a trilogy. Sylvester Stallone even had a draft of the script where the Italian stallion died in Rocky 3, but that all changed. The ideas were so out there that in the final fight, Balboa would have fought in the Roman Colosseum with the Pope as an audience member. Plans obviously changed, and Stallone would go on to make 2 more sequels after this and jump back into the franchise more than 15 years later with the film Rocky Balboa. Number 7. Mr. T's mother was upset with his actions in the film. Mr. T played the vicious Clubber Lang in Rocky 3 and would punch verbally just as hard as he did physically. One person who didn't like this, Mr. T's mother. The story goes that Mr. T and his mother were at a screening for the film, and when Mr. T talks down to Adrian, his mom said to him, "I did not raise you to talk to a lady like that," and left the theater. Number 8. 1982 was the year for 2 legendary Stallone characters. Sylvester Stallone has been in many motion pictures over the last 40 years, but his 2 most famous characters are Rocky Balboa and John Rambo. In 1982, the third entry into the Rocky series was released in May. 5 months later, the movie called First Blood hit theaters, and Stallone had his 2 most well-known characters in movies in the same year. Number 9. Real-life elements. As discussed in prior videos, Sylvester Stallone and Rocky Balboa had career trajectories that were very similar. In Rocky 1, both Stallone and Rocky are unknowns who are just looking to go the distance and be somebody. In Rocky 2, both Stallone and Rocky are falling stars after the success of Rocky. In Rocky 3, Stallone is at the peak of popularity, as is the case with Rocky Balboa. Stallone also shows in Rocky 3 that once you're at the top, you can only go down. But if you keep fighting, you can reclimb any mountain. Number 10. Rocky's favor to Apollo. After Rocky's loss to Clubber Lang in their match, Apollo Creed, Rocky's former enemy, offers to help train Rocky and help him find the eye of the tiger again. The film is full of amazing training scenes and my personal favorite Apollo quote, "There is no tomorrow." During the movie, Apollo reminds Rocky that after they complete the comeback and Rocky defeats Clubber Lang, Rocky will owe Apollo a favor. At the end of the film, we see Apollo's favor was one more match. No crowds, no lights, no pageantry, just one-on-one. The film ends with both boxers starting the fight. Have you ever wondered who won that fight? It was left open-ended for several years until the movie Creed, starring Michael B. Jordan, came out. Adonis Creed asked Rocky about that fight, and Rocky indicated that the winner was Apollo. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to turn on notifications to find out more fascinating facts about the world of movies and television. What was your favorite part of Rocky 3? Let us know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, check out 10 fascinating facts about the first 2 Rocky movies. I put a link in the video description. If you have a movie or TV show that you are interested in learning more about, please leave it in the comments section below. Thank you all, and be safe.